Mom keeps calling me, asking when I'm going to be coming back. And I don't think I am. I think I'm just going to stay out here, be some sort of history cowboy, riding the plateaus of the Llano Estacado. That sounds good. I could do that. So I am currently in Canadian Texas. I am walking the wagon bridge over the Canadian River. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do the whole thing. I think they said it's over 2 miles. I'm not quite sure about that. I'd have to double check. But I at least want to see the river if I can. So far, I have not yet seen the Canadian River, so that's kind of what I am on the trek to see. So if I don't see it here, then I have plans to go over to Lake Meredith and see the river there, if I can. A lot of the river winds through private property and over or underneath highways, and just not safe places to stop and take a look at it. I did cross it at least once when I was going from one place to another, heading towards Borger, Texas. But for right now, I think they said that they have benches at the halfway mark. And I just keep looking down, and I don't see the end of this bridge yet. The first part of this bridge was constructed in 1915. And then a huge flood happened in the 20s, I think, and that caused for the extension of the bridge. And then it was remodeled about 25 years ago so that pedestrians and bike riders and hikers could go along the bridge. When it was constructed in 1915, it was the longest metal bridge west of the Mississippi. And then it just got even longer when the Canadian River shifted. So we'll see. I see the benches, and if the benches are halfway, then this won't be too bad. It must not be the 2 miles that they said, or that I thought that they said. Anyway, I'm just rambling now as I keep on going down the bridge. I think I might be able to actually see the end of the bridge, but I might just be fooling myself. We'll see. We'll see. We found the Canadian River. This bridge, I don't know where I got that 2 mile figure from. It's a long bridge, but it's not even a mile. But I saw lots of reviews online saying that it's way too long. It has to be. It has to. What are you going to change about it? If you don't feel like walking it, don't walk it. But we found the Canadian River, and I'm not sure if the footage that I took earlier is going to be in here because there was a train going by. But just thinking of, this is such a vital waterway in Texas history. You have to think of the Lipan Apache, the Tejas Indians, the Comanche, all would have crossed this river. The cowboys, the buffalo hunters, the buffalo soldiers, the buffalo themselves. This would have been one of the most vital waterways in the history of Texas and in the Panhandle. So many of our stories that we've been talking about, adobe walls, Sweetwater, all are intricately connected to this waterway. So it's really, I was really hoping that I'd be able to get a good look at it, and by coming to this bridge in Canadian Texas, aptly named, I have been able to lay my eyes on the Canadian. Not sure if I'll ever be able to actually touch it at this point. Might have to go to some other park or some other place to actually lay my hands on the Canadian, but just to think of all the history that would have taken place along the banks of this river is really striking. And what I really like is that people put locks on the bridge just like they do on the Seine River in Paris. And just for this old Texan, I think that this would be a lot more special than putting a lock on the Seine, but that's just me talking. Put a lock on both of them. Put a lock on whatever bridge you want to, viewers at home, but yeah, I think sharing a lock on this bridge with your sweetheart would mean something really special to an old cowboy like me. All right, so I am now embarking on my journey back across the bridge. So the bridge started off, I think, at 1,200 feet, and then now, or since 1920, so for the last 100 years, it's been 3,255 feet, making it the longest pin suspension bridge in Texas. Don't know where I got the mile or the 2 mile from. I'm not very good with numbers. I'm a historian. I'm good with dates, those kinds of numbers, but you know what? Sometimes addition and subtraction gets me mixed up. So, but still, you know, if you're not one for long walks, then maybe this isn't the trip for you. But something that I really enjoyed, and I'm glad that I got up early in the morning and made my way to Canadian Texas to see this bridge, lay eyes on the Canadian River. And now, well, I guess going back and forth, because a mile is 5,250 feet, I think. So I will have walked almost 7,000 feet. So a little over a mile by the time that it's all said and done this morning. That's good. Gets a man's heart started in the morning. Yeah. And again, yeah, laying eyes on the Canadian waterway that was so integral to so many different aspects and people in Texas history was well worth the walk on this lovely August morning. It's in the high 70s, maybe getting up to 80 now. We've got a nice breeze going by. Really enjoying the weather up here in the Panhandle of Texas. I think that's going to be it for me from the Canadian River. So we are continuing our journey looking for the Canadian River, or a good place to get a good view of it, and maybe even touch it if we can. Started off over at the Canadian Bridge, and now I am at Lake Meredith National Park, and I am on the Mullinall Trail. I talked to the National Park Ranger, and she said that this would be the best trail to get the best vantage point of the Canadian River. She said, to be careful because of how hot it is, and I said that I'm coming to her from north of Houston, and she said, "Oh, then you'll be just fine." It is warm, getting into the 90s, but again, so dry. The shade actually works, so I'm doing all right. I've got plenty of water with me, and if this happens to be a found footage, then what lovely and humorous found footage it would be. Nowhere else will you find found footage of a guy wearing a Stetson and a Ritz cracker tie that he got from a thrift store in Bryan, Texas. So should be a fascinating found footage for whatever poor park ranger finds this in the next coming hours or days. So I'm here at Lake Meredith National Park. There's several different sites that make up the whole park. I started off at Alley Bates, Flint Quarry. And that's where, speaking of what we were talking about in another video, the Clovis people were making those flint spears. Some of those were made out of Alley Bates flint from right here. And they would be traded all across North America for shells from the Gulf, for turquoise from New Mexico, for clay from, I think they said Montana. So that whole trading network, this area right here, the Panhandle, provided the flint that could be seen all across North America. It was funny when I started looking for the Canadian River. There were these two young ladies who were going to go on some other hike, and they were looking at me rather oddly, because I understand not too many people wear a half Windsor knot when they're about to embark on a journey such as this, and they were wearing considerably less things for the sun and everything. I'm not judging, but they were judging me. So I'm just saying, with the amount of grasshoppers that just come right on top of you, I want some layers between me and the grasshoppers. If these young ladies are enjoying their time with the grasshoppers, that's wonderful, and I'm very happy for them. I think however you want to experience this, this is America. So it's a free country. Wear whatever you want. But to look at me odd and judge me, I didn't appreciate that much. And then again, when I was crossing the Canadian River Bridge, there was an older kind of leather-faced lady walking two very large, round dachshunds, who was looking at me like, "Why are you wearing a jacket?" I'm like, "Because I want to, that's why." Because it has lots of pockets for me to store all of my treasures that I find along the trails here. So those are a couple of incidents that have happened in my journey to find the Canadian River, which I think I'm very close. I think that this Mullinall Creek is about to bend into the Canadian River. So, as I'm walking this trail, I'm thinking about that this is a trail that a lot of people would have been introduced to the Panhandle through. This is how it would have looked. You think of the Clovis people when they're hunting mammoths would have been coming through here. You think of the Lipan, the Tejas, the Comanche, all would have been seeing an area like this, and after trudging through what could be they call it a sea of the plains, not seeing any landforms or any water, and then coming to here and seeing these tall grasses, knowing that they're going to grow by the water, and then coming to the Canadian River must have been some relief. Now, the Canadian River is very alkali, so it has a lot of extra minerals in there and there it is. That's the Canadian River right there. So it has a, let's see, can you see it from here? I may have to get up higher. But it has a lot of extra minerals that aren't going to taste good and might be harmful for you, but still would be a sign of relief compared to not having any water. They were talking about after the second battle of Adobe Walls, about the time of the Red River War. Some of those soldiers were out on the plains for so long that they would actually prick themselves to drink some of their blood just to have a little bit of moisture. The Llano Estacado, it is very beautiful, but can also be very dangerous. Much like a wealthy widow I used to know in Balcones Heights. I should give her a call sometime. The Canadian River, right there behind me. I don't think I'm going to be able to actually touch it. I don't want to reach into those grasses. I'm kind of a scaredy cat. But I got to see it much closer than I was on that river. On that bridge over the river, through the woods. So I'm here at Wildcat Bluff Nature Preserve in Amarillo. Wanted to get some good sunset pictures of the Llano Estacado. I read that they had a windmill trail. And I love windmills. I love the sight of a windmill on a beautiful West Texas backdrop. So the signs have got me kind of turned all around. So we'll see if I can actually find this windmill, get some good footage of it for you. So it is absolutely beautiful weather here in the Panhandle, even though it is August. It's cooling down right now in the evening. And I'll let you in on a personal hobby of mine. Social media being the way that it is, I don't completely understand it, how the algorithm picks people and what you see in your feed. But there is a weatherman in Pampa by the name of Daryl Seahorn. And somehow Instagram decided that I would want to see his videos. And there aren't a whole lot of people who are. I am usually now Instagram's right. I do want to see his videos. He is an older cowboy telling you about the weather in Pampa, which is 10 hours away from where I live and work. But I want to hear about when it's hot and dry and when the storms start to come in from Oklahoma. I want to hear it all. And Daryl Seahorn makes sure that I do, and I make sure to like every one of his videos. And every one of his videos is sponsored by Wayne's Western Wire. Get your back to school items at Wayne's. So while I was here in the Panhandle, I had to stop by Pampa and take a look at Wayne's, and I did pick me up a few Pearl Snap shirts. Oh my goodness gracious. I gotta flip this camera around, get you guys a good look at this. Holy cow. This is breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. So if anyone is planning on going and visiting the Lake Meredith National, it's not a national park, it's a national recreation area. And you wanted to go the same pathway that I did to see the Canadian and take that pathway there. Word of advice, it is a very sandy trail that you have to drive on. So there was a couple of times where it got kind of iffy on if old Cowboy Chandler would be coming back. Remembered my training from the beach and was able to rock out of the loose sand and continue along my way. Yeah, that's just something to keep in mind if you're planning on visiting the area. There it is. There is the windmill. Oh, we got to get some good pictures of this. So the windmill trail, it's all downhill to get to the windmill. It's all uphill going back to the car, but boy, was it worth it. Breathtaking. All sorts of different shades of pink and purple and yellow and dark blue and indigo, all blending together. Truly a beautiful painted sky here in the Panhandle today. I was talking to one of my friends about how I was about to take this trip up to Amarillo to the Panhandle, and she said, "Why?" It's like, why? That's why. All the history that's out here. I didn't get to do, I got to do the most important things, the things that I've always wanted to do, I got to do, but still so much to see, and we'll see it together on Chandler's Travels in the future. We'll be back to the Panhandle, see Tascosa, see Dalhart, and all sorts of when I was at Borger, they were talking about some big boomtown riot that happened, and they had to get all the Texas Rangers involved, and I didn't have any time to do research to talk about all that, but you can bet your bottom dollar that we will be talking about it in the future. So once again, thank you for joining me on this journey to the Panhandle, and until next time, vaya con Dios.